So we're going to start a sample game with 4 players. Polynesian Air, Air from Down Under, Parrot Head Air, and Royal Crown Air. And blue is first, Polynesian Air, and he's got 2 business marketing cards. So he's going to forego buying aircraft right now, turn those 2 in, and upgrade his business and marketing to 2. Which is not only going to give him a 10% discount on future purchases, but it gives him a 3rd row up here from which to purchase aircraft. Next is purple, and purple's going to buy a DC-850 for $40. So he takes the rightmost one out there, pays $40, and puts it in his hangar right there. Okay. Next is orange, and he too is going to buy a DC-850. So he buys the next one, pays his $40 to the bank, and puts it in a hangar. Next is red, and he's going to upgrade his aircraft acquisition rating because he has 2 cards. All right. That moves it up to 2. So from now on, he'll be able to buy 2 planes at one time. All right. So now it's round 2, and Polynesian is going to buy the final DC-850. And pays $40 to the bank. Purple now buys a 727-100 because they have a big plane, but they need a support plane. And pays the bank $5, $4. All right. Orange is going to do the same thing. He's going to buy the last of the 727-100s for $4. Okay. Now red, who can buy 2 aircraft, is going to buy a 707-120B and a 707-120. So that's 1 long and 1 medium aircraft. For $40. I did overlook something. When Blue bought his DC-850 at the beginning of this round, he actually only paid $36 for it because he has B&M level 2, which gives him a 10% discount. Okay. Round 3. Polynesian is going to buy a 707-120 for a discounted price of $14. Purple has these cards. So LA looks tempting, but his other 3 cards are East Coast. So he's going to put his 727-100 at Charlotte. And there's his 707-120. And we're going to put it at Charlotte, which means we put it in a 1 spot at minor airports. Gain $3 in income. And put a short flight at Charlotte. Okay. Orange puts a He's going to put a 727-100 at Springfield because he's got 2 indies. So he puts that on a 1 spot and gains $7. No, $3. Puts a short flight at Springfield. All right. Red is also going to put an aircraft at Springfield. He's got these 3 cards, but man, he'd like to keep these 2. So if he gets a 3rd one, then he can upgrade his rights acquisition. So he's going to put it at Springfield so he can go to Chicago, ORD. So he puts that medium flight on a 2 spot on his mat. Flex 5 times 2 is $10. He puts a medium at Springfield along with orange. There. Okay. Okay, round 4. Blue is putting a 707-120 at Philadelphia. 120. And that's a minor. It's going on a 2 spot on the minors. He gets $10. And he puts a medium up at Philadelphia. Okay. Purple is putting a DC-850 at Miami. So that's going to be at 2 major airports. That will get him $14 a turn. Here's his Miami card. Put a VL at Miami Gate 1 and draw 2 cards. And he's got this and this. And then he probably wants to keep the rights also. So that leaves him Los Angeles and Orlando right now. And yeah, it's going to be JFK. We don't have any choice, so I guess we'll play this JFK. Anyway, orange puts a DC-850 at Indianapolis. Okay. He gets $14 in revenue. And he puts a VL at Indianapolis. At Gate 1. Discards his Indianapolis card. Draws 2. Ooh. That's not bad. You can definitely use 2 of those 3 to increase his aircraft acquisition and get into the doubled rhythm game that Red is currently pursuing. And speaking of Red, he's going to put a 707-120B at Chicago. It's long. It's $12 a turn. Puts an L at Chicago. There you go. Okay. And he plays the Chicago and draws 2 cards. Well, that isn't screaming Orlando. I don't know what is. Okay. Blue's going to take his DC-850 and put it down for flight at JFK. Right. Goes on a 2-slot at a major airport. Gets him $14. And he puts it very long at New York. All right. Discards his New York card. Draws 2 new ones. Oh, golly. Yeah, okay. I don't know what the heck. Let's see. I'm just probably going to have to, I don't know, go to Springfield maybe. We'll see. Okay. And then purple buys a 707-120B. For $24. He puts it in his hangar. Okay. Orange then buys a Boeing 720. For 16. And, oh, orange. And then red buys a 707-120B and a 720 because he can. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Okay, round 6. Blue is going to buy the last Boeing 720 for $14 because he gets a discount. And purple places his 707-120B down here. This guy, he's going to put that in Orlando. So that is a 2 long. It's in $12 a turn. And he plays his Orlando card. And gains 2 cards. Ooh. And puts an L in Orlando. Yeah, he's got a sweet hand now. Let me show you this. Right? He's got business and marketing level 2 there. He's got 4 rights acquisition cards. It only takes 3 to go to the next level. So one of those is expendable as a destination. So that kind of leaves, well, that leaves Los Angeles in one of these, and that's purple. And as you can see on the board, he isn't remotely close to the West Coast. You'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, he's not over the card limit, so that's good. Okay, orange buys that last 707-120B. It was getting lonely. Orange buys that for $24. Okay, and he's got a couple of planes in the oven right now, waiting to come out. And red places his Boeing 720 at Philadelphia. So that's a 2. Gets him $10 a turn. And that's a medium at Philadelphia. Okay. He can do that because he's adjacent to Philly via Springfield. All right. Okay, here we go. Round 7. Blue is putting his Boeing 720 at Philadelphia. So it's a minor airport. He's got 2 seats. It's in $10 a turn. And he puts an M at Philadelphia. Nope, my bad. My mistake. Blue is putting his 720 at Springfield. So, Springfield's getting busy up there. Right. Purple is going to upgrade his rights acquisition rating because of this crazy, beautiful hand. He's going to keep Miami because he's in the Southeast. So these cards go away. And his rights acquisition rating here goes up to 3. Okay. Orange is putting his Boeing 720 at Philadelphia. So this is funny. Kind of in a way. Everybody's getting elbowing around trying to get in the paint. $10. Any medium at Philly. Okay. Okay. Red puts his Boeing 707-320 at Baltimore, Washington. 2-seater, $12. And here's his Baltimore card. And he'll be putting down an L at BWI. Okay, discards his card. Draws 3. Draws 3 because of his rights acquisition rating. And, well, it's an incentive to stay in the East, for sure. We'll see how that goes. All right, round 8. Blue doesn't really have anything else they could do. There's no more aircraft to buy. So he's going to pass. And that means that he'll move to first in the turn order next turn. Right. So he's going to retain first player through next turn at least. Purple upgrades their business and marketing rating because they have these 2. And that moves them up to 2. Okay, and they got these 2 cards left. They're going to get 3 more when they pass. All right. Orange places his 707-120B at Indianapolis. So that's a 2, worth 12 a turn. And he plays his Indy card. And he draws 2. Oh my. Okay, so anyway, medium at Indianapolis. All right, so check it out. Orange already has a VL there. Okay. So since this is only a medium, it goes to gate 1 and the VL gets pushed up to gate 2. As a second consequence, he now controls 2 or more gates at Indianapolis, and he has more gate points, 3, 1 plus 2, than anyone else. So he gets to put one of his happy beach sunset pieces down to show that he controls Indy. Okay. And then red also passes. Okay, so in round 9, there's only purple and orange left. And purple's going to pass. He's only got 2 cards, got no birds. So he's going to refill his hand to 5. Anything worthwhile? Purple. Purple's in the southeast. So we got Miami. That's the magic button right there. Miami. We got 2 of those puppies. So we could do a slam dunk on Miami next turn. Get some more birds in the air. All right, and orange passes, and he's already got a host of cards. You know what? Maybe he ain't going to pass. Hang on just a second here. That would be silly. Okay, orange. Yeah, okay, BWI. I'm going to trade in these 2 cards to improve their aircraft acquisition rating. That's tough. All right, so that's the end of next turn, purple and orange pass. And let's see. I put some 3rd and 4th respectively. So now that we're done with the operations phase, we move on to the fuel phase. And the first step is paying fuel costs. And there aren't any right now because fuel is currently at 0. Right here. Okay. So now we roll for fuel cost change. 5 is no change. So there's going to be no charge for fuel again on turn 2. Okay. Next is income phase. And blue collected $34. Purple collected $39. Orange collected $39. And red collected $44. So orange had the most total cash on hand, so they got 5 victory points. Blue got 3 for being second. And then orange controls an airport, Indianapolis, so they got 2 points for that. And then everyone but purple got 1 point for a 3-way tie for most minor airports, being at most minor airports. So at the end of turn 1, we've got 8 points for orange, 4 points for blue, 1 point for red. Okay. Then we would retire any aircraft. If there were any to retire, there won't be until turn 4. And then we remove aircraft still on the aircraft availability track. And there aren't any, so we don't have to worry about that. So now we can move on to turn 2. So let's take a closer look at the aircraft on turn 2. We have a lot more aircraft, as you can see. We have, let's see here, 29 aircraft on turn 2 as opposed to 14 on turn 1. We have a lot of short-range aircraft. The Douglas DC-9 start coming out. and also the small 737s, the 100 model. Mediums, we get the upgraded Boeing 727-100s with the new engines and the stretch fuselage, so they can now carry two, and they have a medium range instead of a short. We have a lot of intercontinental range aircraft now, that being popular, trips to Europe and such. And we have the first three capacity aircraft, the DC-8 Super 60. So that makes $21 a turn for 5 turns. So that's $105 for a $60 investment. We still have some old DC-850s, and we have some new upgraded 707 320Bs. Okay, round one of the operations phase. Everybody's going to be buying aircraft, so I'm just going to leave it out here on the aircraft availability track. Blue is going to start by buying a DC-8 Super 60 right here, because he can, because this is B&M level 2, and he has that. And also, as a consequence, he gets it for $54. Okay. Next is purple. And we'll slide these down because blue's action is over. Now he can do the very same thing, because there's another Super 60 right here at B&M level 2. Okay. Also for $54. All right, orange and red can both buy two aircraft at the same time. So orange is going to buy a 707 320B and a DC-930 for $37. And red is going to buy a 707 320B and a 737-100 with the same cost. Okay, round two. Blue is going to put his DC-8 Super 60 in Chicago. So we'll put it over here on the 3 space. And he'll be collecting $21 a turn from that. And he plays his Chicago card. And he draws 2. All right, and then he puts a VL out at Chicago. Okay. And I got the sequence of play, the player order, screwed up on the first round, but I've got it fixed now. So red is next, and red is putting a 737-100 at Nashville, as he's looking at these 2 Orlando cards he's got. So he makes $4 a turn from that and puts a short-range aircraft at Nashville. Okay. Next is purple, and he buys a 737-200 for $20. And last is orange, and he puts a 707 320B JFK. $14 in income. And a VL at JFK. Okay. And he turns in his New York card. He gets 2. Yeah, not so cool. Okay, round 8. Moving ahead a little bit. Blue is going to place a DC 850 at JFK at New York. It's $14 in income. He's over 100 now. And he puts a VL at JFK. And as you can see, he now has 2 more flights and more gate points than anybody else. So he gets to put a control marker out there. Okay. Next is red. And he's going to place 707-120B. Oh, wait a minute. At JFK. Hang on. All right. Let's get rid of JFK and draw 2 cards. Okay, so now he'll be able to upgrade his aircraft acquisition and his business and marketing. And now we go to red. And he's going to place a 707-120B at Atlanta. $12 in income. A long at Atlanta. Turns in an Atlanta card. And draws 3. I'm just going to put him over the limit again. But that's okay. All about choices. Okay, so speaking of, got some interesting choices for red here. He wants to keep these. He's going to do that at some point. And he wants to keep these. And that means he'll be able to move his aircraft acquisition rating up to 3, and he's going to definitely want to buy a 3rd hangar subsequent to that. Okay. So that is 5 cards. He's still got 5 cards. So he's got to get rid of 2. St. Louis, no. Wants to keep Atlanta. Wow. Minneapolis. He likes all these. I guess this St. Louis. Ouch. Okay. That's red. Purple is going to buy a 707-120B at $19. Because he gets a 20% discount. And orange is going to place a 320B at Minneapolis, St. Paul. That's $14 in income. Plays his MSP card. Plays a long at Minneapolis, St. Paul. Thereby giving him control of Minneapolis, St. Paul. So we'll put an orange marker up there. All right. And he draws 2 cards. And he is at 8 cards exactly. So, what's he got? Well, he's got this. That's not going anywhere but in the discard pile. And then these 2. That leaves him these 3 unlikely bedfellows. Okay. Okay, I've jumped on ahead to the end of the operations phase, the actions, and we're going to take a look at what the board situation is. First is fuel, and there is no constant fuel again, so we roll. And this time it goes down by 0.5, which it can't, set 0. Okay, so we collect income. Blue collects $119. 20. So he's got 245. Okay. Purple collects 101. He's got 237. Orange collects 108. So he's got 250. And purple collects 98. So they have 290. They didn't spend as much as the other guys. So red is going to get 5 points. Second place was orange for 3. Okay. Now we look at major airports. And orange has 2, so he gets 4 points. Blue has 1, right? So he gets 2. Red has 1. Yeah, that's it. So he gets 2. And purple has 2. Atlanta and Miami. So they get 4. Wow, so our score is 15 for orange, 8 for red, 6 for blue, and 4 for purple.